Hello, this is Nagarajan, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, working in MAM School of Engineering, Trichy. So, we are going to discuss about Unit 4 of Basis of Biomedical Instrumentation. We will have a small about this Unit 4. Unit 4. Measurement of non-electrical parameters. So far we discussed about the electrical parameter measurement, that is the electrical activity that is taking in our body. Okay, so now we are going to measure the non-electrical parameters, how it can be measured, and what are the types of measurement of this, and what are the qualities we are going to measure. That is also a very important point to be discussed. So here, what are the qualities that we are going to measure? First one is temperature. Temperature of our body. Okay, temperature of our body, because this body is biology. Okay. Next, respiratory rate. Respiratory rate in the sense number of times we are inhaling and exhaling in a minute. Okay, number of times we are inhaling and exhaling in a minute is called as respiratory rate. Respiration is nothing but inhale of oxygen and exhale of carbon dioxide is respiration, and respiration rate is number of times in a particular duration. Okay, in a particular duration is rated as is represented as rate. Next one, pulse rate. Next one, pulse rate. This pulse rate is the number of times actually our heartbeat is pumping, okay, blood into our arteries. Okay, pulse. Usually this pulse rate can be identified by everyone simply by placing his or her hand in their waist, and if they press little, they give a small pressure in their wrist, they can identify a pulse. Okay, change in pressure. Next one is blood pressure. Okay, blood pressure. What is this blood pressure, and what is the difference between pulse rate? Pulse rate is number of times our heart is pumping, and blood pressure is to how much pressure this blood is pumped from the heart. Okay, let me give a small example. When you are simply sitting and listening to a movie or listening to music, then at that time your pulse rate is normal. Your pulse rate is normal. But when you are asked to run, and when you are asked to write an exam, and when you are asked to when you are asked some questions in subject, then what happens immediately? Your heartbeat starts beating very fast. Okay, so there the pulse rate is high. But when you are simply sitting and when you are listening to music, your pulse rate is low. Next, blood pressure. As I said earlier, the pressure of blood that is left outside the heart is called as blood pressure. Okay, this blood pressure can be measured in two types. One is direct method and another one is indirect method. Indirect method, we go for oscillatory, oscillometric, then rheographic. Okay, so around four types of methods are there in indirect method. Indirect method, that is when we go for measuring direct method, electronic manometer is utilized. Electronic manometer is utilized where we can measure the systolic and diastolic pressure. Okay, systolic and diastolic pressure. Next, blood flow. Blood flow. Okay, blood pressure is different and blood flow is different. Blood pressure is the pressure of blood that is left outside the heart. Blood flow is the amount of blood that is circulated throughout the body in a defined time. Okay, in a defined time. Defined time, usually they will consider for 1 minute. Okay, for a minute, how much of blood is circulated throughout our body. So this is taken by keeping our heart as a reference. Okay, because all the impure blood were collected from all the parts of our body to the heart, and from heart the carbon dioxide from the blood is left to the lungs, and oxygen from the lungs is taken again to the heart, and from there it is pumped to the remaining part of our body. Okay, so this is the blood flow. So how many liters of blood is circulated in a minute? Sorry, not in a minute. In that is in maximum, it will be taken for a defined time. That is between maximum 5 to 10 minutes. Next one is cardiac output measurement. Cardiac output measurement is almost similar to that of blood flowing from our heart. Blood flowing from our heart. Okay, here there are two types. One is indicated dilution method, and another one is dye dilution method. Okay, indicated dilution method and dye dilution method. So here ultrasonic blood flow measurement. Okay, blood flow measurement. One more method is that is ultrasonic blood flow measurement. So these are the non-electrical parameters that are to be measured in our body. Okay, so this is the introduction of unit 4, and in depth we will see this topic individually in the upcoming videos. Okay, thank you.